Happens when a CEO is in a relationship with the company's head of HR. Yeah, today we'll talk about workplace ethics, power dynamics, professional accountability. And I'm sure you know the story already, right? You probably have seen that viral moment. It's just started just like another viral moment at a Coldplay concert. The kiss cam, they call it, a crowd cheering. But that brief moment sparked headlines around the world. And why is that? Because the couple caught on camera wasn't just any couple. The man was the CEO of a fast-growing tech company called Astronomer. And the woman beside him, well, the company's head of HR. So what followed was quite swift. An online backlash, some scrutiny here and there. And within days, the CEO stepped down. Actually, last week in Ireland that he had stepped down, resigned. But beyond the viral clip, I mean, this raises an important conversation for all of us who work in professional spaces, yeah? What happens when those in positions of power get involved romantically? You know, especially when it's the boss and the HR boss, the HR chief. You know what I mean? That's very serious. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I mean, let's break this down. HR is meant to be like the safe space for employees. I mean, the department you go to when something is wrong, when you feel unfairly treated, or when you need clarity on even your rights, right? But what happens when HR is dating the CEO? I mean, how can they be expected to remain neutral, especially if there's a complaint involving leadership? And you see, relationships happen. People connect at work. I mean, that's human. But when those relationships involve people at the very top, especially someone who handles your pay and the person who handles your protection, I'm sure it changes a lot of things. Trust becomes an issue. I mean, power dynamics come to play. And even if everything is above board, the perception of favoritism alone can maybe have an effect on team morale. And that's why some companies have policies, you know, not to stop love, but to protect fairness, transparency, and integrity. So I want to find out from you. I mean, do you think it's acceptable for a CEO at HR to be in a relationship, even if it's kept professional at work? You know, should some roles be strictly off limits when it comes to office romance? I mean, we know in certain spaces there are, you know, colleagues who are in a relationship, some are even married and what that. But if this was the setup in your company, how would you feel? Or let me just ask, I mean, if you were an employee of Astronomer and you knew, and this is actually even before the whole viral thing happened, you knew that the CEO and the HR have a thing. How does that affect morale? Does it affect work in any way? Let's hear your thoughts. 0302216541. Yeah? I mean, there's so many concepts in this conversation that needs to be explored. You know, the power imbalance, professional boundaries, and whatnot. What are your thoughts about this? 0302216541. You can send me a WhatsApp message on 055-1111-997. Have you found yourself in a situation like that before? Has it affected your work in any way? Well, let's hear you. Okay, hello.
Lexis, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, brother. How are you?
Thank God. God is taking care of his children. Yourself?
I'm okay. What's your name?
Oh, William.
All right, William, talk to me.
My brother, this matter, you see, I'm a management consultant. So
Okay.
I've seen a lot. And I'm still seeing a lot. There are things you can't say, but number one, everything will be wrong once it's wrong. That's why companies have policy of no intimacy between employees. If it goes beyond where you people are intimate to the point of getting married, one person will have to leave the company.
One person will have to resign.
Yeah, one person will have to leave. You can't have husband and wife in the same company. It affects industrial harmony. It affects productivity in kids. I mean, marriage will never be straight. There will always be ups and downs. Now, what happens, you and your wife in the same company and you have problems at home, it will surely roll over on a workday. So definitely, a lot of companies don't encourage it, and when it happens, they ask one person to leave. Yes. So, but it's happening. I mean, once you have male and female in a enclosed space over a period of time, my brother, you see that when you are fanning the fire, those sparks are becoming from the charcoal. Oh, they are bound to happen.
Some sparks will be flying in the air.
Oh, whether in the air, in the sea, in the water.
So for you as a management consultant, you think that it should be totally discouraged on all fronts in every workplace?
It must be totally discouraged, although realistically it is happening and you can never get rid of it.
Yeah.
On paper, it must be discouraged. My brother, multimedia board and HRO.
Don't use multimedia example. Don't,
and you
don't,
Lexis,
don't.
you have problem with HR. So who will you report to?
William, do you have to use multimedia example?
So I'm talking to multimedia now.
It's okay. We get your point. Anyway, thank you, William.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Great talking to you. All right, 0302-216-541. Let's hear you. Hello.
Hi, Lexis.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. What's your name?
Emmanuel here, calling from the past.
All right, Emmanuel, talk to me.
Lexis, this subject, it is very dicey. So January 2019, I got a consulting job for a company that was folding up.
Okay.
And the CEO actually asked me to investigate. It looks like they're good going concern, but they were leaking revenue.
Okay.
So after doing my 1 and 2, I realized that one of the head of finance of the company was actually responsible. We did an internal audit, and I actually wanted police to arrest her. She had embezzled millions of cedis.
Wow.
And during the investigation, before I even proceeded to inform the CEO, he had given me full authority to do anything. So I had called police on her, only for the CEO to give me a call and prevent the police from arresting her.
Hey.
And so I decided to investigate further, and he invited me to his bedroom, now confessing to me that he was in a relationship with a girl, and there was another girl that he was dating, and she found out, and she was trying to blackmail him, Lexis.
Wow.
And this man I'm talking about was married with 4 kids. I actually knew the wife. I was really conflicted. I didn't know what to do. So eventually I resigned. I mean, the company as I speak to you has been folded up. So this subject,
wow. No, that's serious.
I tell you.
So he prevented you from getting the lady arrested?
Absolutely. At a point, he even went to the extent of confiding me that he wanted to marry the lady as a second wife. And there is another girl he was dating at the same time, and they were fighting in the company. You could imagine.
What? That's a whole web up there.
I tell you. I didn't know how to tell the wife. I didn't want to be the reason for the breakup of their marriage, so I just took a bow.
Wow. And so it means that he was keen on maintaining a relationship with this lady who had embezzled millions of CDs.
Exactly.
And he didn't care about the company folding up or anything. He just wanted to keep the lady.
You see, he wanted to eat his cake and have it. He was frantically looking for a way to save the company, but he didn't know how to let the lady go without creating a problem. You see?
So as a consultant, my guy, by you two, why did you just jump and run away like that? You have to find a solution. It's a problem.
Lexis, you know what? I advised him that, look, it's a really complicated situation.
Yeah.
I even got to know that the wife got wind and was looking for a way to ambush the two ladies involved. And I advised him that matter, the right thing. And he was insisting that I should help him to marry the second lady. I was like, no.
Ochame, you Anyway, interesting. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this.
Thank you.
All right, 0302216541. Hello.
Kwame.
Yes, sir.
Ghana for you. See, I've always said this, that stealing is never a crime until you are caught. So this thing, It's common, Papa. It is common, Papa. We know morally is wrong, but it is common. Now, what happened to those two in context, if it had not been their behavior or how they reacted when the camera fell on them, nobody could have said they were having something together. It was their actions that exposed them. So we know managers who are dating 2 or 3 girls in their companies that, Master, one show you grab chief, let us not go there. A very sensitive case. They are common. We know morally is wrong, but a very, very common.
Okay.
In this part of the world.
Well, that's fine. I mean, we agree. It might be common, maybe not spoken of enough. But how does it affect the workplace culture? How does it affect you, for example, if you were in a company and you saw this happening?
Master, for me, my ethics and from how I was trained on my principles, if I enter a company with such way now, I'll easily resign. Because about the sana, there's always going to be impartiality. I mean, there's going to be partiality. They will find a way to just, sabotage you or try to do something against what you are saying and all those things. You cannot progress in such a company. And most of the companies that have really fallen or collapsed in this part of the world, some of these things, even in governance, it happens. Minister chopping secretary and all those things. It happens. As we are speaking right now, there are some people, Obi, minister be and manager be in the government or company in UBT, restaurant, they are listening to what we are saying and they are watching their faces. It's common.
Chairman, calm down.
It's common. Oh, Master.
Be calming down.
Sometimes you can even see your wife cry, tell you, my boss says, my boss that, my boss this. You be quick, you cannot boss and grab over. And we have to be very careful with those people who come and tell us, oh, my boss is even doing this for me, my boss is doing this for me. All those things in the Master.
Interesting. Thank you so much for your thoughts on this. 0302-216-541. I'd so love to hear your thoughts on this as well. I mean, this viral moment, like I said, we're looking even beyond the viral moment that we all saw of the astronomer CEO and the head of HR. The implications for professionalism, right? And just like somebody suggested, it probably has happened in your office. It's happening in your office or maybe a company you've worked for before. But how did that affect work in any way? Do you think people are able to have these kinds of relationships? Because it's a human institution, like somebody said. Sparks will be flying. You spend a lot of time at work with these people. You have somebody maybe you have a very close relationship with and whatnot. So it's very possible for people to develop that kind of connection. But how does that affect the work? And especially if there's a CEO involved or a head of HR involved or a boss involved, then you know that there'll be favoritism here. Are people able to even have these kinds of relationships and maintain professionalism? Let's hear you. 0302-216-541. You can also send me a WhatsApp message on 055-1111-997. Yeah? If you have any experiences that you'd want to share, I'd love to hear. If you don't want to disclose your identity and share your experience too, hey, that's okay. Okay. So some messages in here. Lexis. Are the people in question married to others? Once male and female work together in one space, there will surely be some falling for each other. However, the best is for one of them to find a new place so they can continue their relationship and so they can avoid conflict of interest in many ways and focus on work. And that's from Cindy. All right, let's see who's here. Hello.
Hello, Papa Lexis. Good afternoon.
Hi, Joseph. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well by the grace of God.
All right, let's hear you.
Is that about the bosses having a relationship with the female ladies?
Say that again.
I mean, the topic is entirely on bosses having an affair with some female ladies.
Yes.
In the company. Okay. At my side, the HR and operations manager at the same time had an encounter. There was advancement on the secretary, and he even gave out some amount of money to the secretary, though the secretary didn't give herself to him. It got to a time when the secretary was underperforming, and there was a whole lot of issues concerning the secretary's attitude towards work. And we had two bosses, and it's the HR who has the power to speak on the issues concerning the secretary. And he was not able to pinpoint issues to the secretary. At some point in time, the secretary used to come to work at 10, 11. I remember when the wife came around, the wife took it upon herself to talk to the secretary concerning the reporting time. Who are you to tell her that your husband can't talk to her because of what is happening? You understand? And, I mean, it affected the job because the secretary was not doing anything good to help the company. You understand? So I think there's no way a company can progress when the authorities start having affairs or issues with the subordinate female ladies.
Okay. Thank you, Joseph, for your thoughts on this. Okay, all right. 0302216541, and this one here says, Lexis, I honestly don't see anything wrong with it as long as it's mutual and both parties are able to maintain their objectivity. In fact, I'm a product of a husband and a wife who worked in the same company. If it hadn't been allowed, I probably wouldn't be here today. Okay, now we understand why you don't have a problem with it, yeah? We do. All right. Lexis, good afternoon. They won't increase your pay. They won't promote you. Everything will be nyama. That's from Isaac. Isaac, you sound very hurt. What did they do to you, Isaac? You have an experience that you would want to share. You see that's in there. All right. The number to call is 0302 216 541. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, and you too?
I'm okay, thank you. Let's hear you.
Yes, my name is Maoli.
All right, Mauli, let's hear you.
I'm from Dental.
Okay.
Yeah, this problem is a big issue because in my company, where I work, when the boss starts dating one of the lady, it brought a big chaos to the company. To the extent that the madam, which is the boss wife, and the boss, they are not in good terms. And now we don't know who is the director of the company. So at the point, the madam fired the lady. The boss to say, since madam is in agreement with another guy in the company, the director to fire the boy. So we kind of big chaos. So at the point, I had to leave because there's no harmony. Even though it doesn't affect me, but how we live in the society, it's like the place is like a family house. We spend more time in the company than our family. So this issue is a big issue. So I prefer a boss or the HR shouldn't date anybody in the company.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your thoughts on this, yeah? Very interesting thoughts there. 0302 216 541. Let's hear you. Let me read some of your comments as well. Lexis, get it. If HR is dating the CEO, because if HR is dating the CEO, there'll be no peace at the workplace, and anything that happens to them will affect the company. Okay, Gabriel, I think I get your message now. Thank you. Now, Lexis, CEO and HR can't have a relationship in a professional environment. Ladies are emotional, and this can't help improve the working environment. Teria Delilah Silas. Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, welcome, sir. What's your name?
My name is John.
All right, John, let's hear you.
Okay. This issue is a very funny one. I'm into consultancy, and I deal with a lot of people who, let's say SMEs.
Okay.
Now, what happens is that sometimes even when the boss and the wife are in the same business, and it will come and then you even try to suggest, let me say, internal control, certain things should be instituted. I can assure you, it's so difficult and very problematic. So first, I would not agree that bosses, or especially those at the top, to be dating. That's my view.
Okay. I mean, a lot of people are suggesting that this is very common and even more common than we think. Do you find that in your case?
Come again, please.
I'm saying a lot of people are suggesting that this is very, very common. Do you also agree it's quite common and it happens often?
Yeah, it does happen. But I'm talking about even married couples who are operating the same business. Yes, a lot of the times, instead of instituting, proper controls to help the business grow, a lot of the times, the man may be in agreement, but the wife will try to sabotage all that. So it's a very dicey situation.
So you would you say you would not encourage couples to run businesses like that?
It's some are successful, but I would not. Especially when, let me say, when the educational background is high, it's a bit better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I can say.
So you mean that it's more successful if the couple in question have a higher educational background? If I get you right. Oh, I think I lost our brother there. Okay, well, but thank you so much for your thoughts on this. Very interesting, eh? Very interesting findings. Good afternoon, Lexis. For me, office romance is way too dicey and shouldn't be encouraged. It's capable of bringing down the company. Work and romance should be separated for effective, smooth running and growth of the company. That's from Christine in Banana Inn. And Seth Pa Kumi Enya says, Lexis, good afternoon. Trust me, workplace romance always backfires. The truth is that even when two people are highly or genuinely in love, the risks to their jobs, the team's unity, and the company's image are simply too high. It's better to keep personal and professional lives separate, especially in the same workplace. This one too says, Lexis, I was working in an IT company in Accra. The accountant was going out with one of the marketing ladies. At the same time, the MD was also interested in the lady. I confronted both men privately. Later, they conspired to get me out of the company with a token for the number of years served. And that's from Charles. Hey! Charlie, that's serious, oh. I mean, folks are sharing some very, very interesting stories here. Lexis, one day happened for my workplace. The girl said, National Service Personnel. Come see how this manager defied for me. No name. Okay. All right. So Kweku Beku in Achimoto says, if a student sees the nakedness of her teacher, do you think the student will concentrate in class? The same applies to the workplace. Once the CEO starts to see the HR, it may not affect the workers per se, but the company will not do well. Nato says, it depends, but most times it affects productivity. In my former company, whilst the sales department needed vehicles, the boss had assigned a car with full monthly maintenance and fuel to a young lady who is always at the office. Today, the company is no more. Nanayao says, if a pastor can select a wife from his congregation to make his church work, we too can date HR manager to make the job work. Having an affair from within is not a crime. Nanayao. I'm not sure we are saying it's a crime, but be calming down. Be calming down, Nanayao. And at the heart of this conversation is not just about the viral video, the concert, or who was caught on camera. For me, it's about trust, in our workplaces, in our systems, and in the people that we're expected to follow. Yeah, I mean, leadership is not just about power, it's about example. And HR, for example, is not just about policies, it's about protection as well. When those lines get blurred, so does the trust of the people watching, right? The staff, the clients, the public. So maybe the lesson today isn't just for CEOs or HR heads. It's for all of us to remember that transparency, boundaries, accountability, they aren't rules to ruin relationships. They are rather to protect people. Yeah. Coldplay has a song with the lyrics, "Nobody said it was easy." But we can all do better in love, in leadership, and in life. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this. Let's keep building workplaces that are safe, honest, and fair, no matter who's in the front row or who is at the concert hugging. Yeah. Stay tuned in to Joy 99.7 FM. I'm Lexis Bell.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mr. Insurance